The fire has gone out, but hours later the stone floor is still warming the room. In a traditional Hanok home, hot smoke from the stove does not rise directly into the chimney. It is channeled through tunnels beneath the floor, heating the stone slabs before escaping outside. The entire floor becomes one enormous mass of stored heat. That warm floor helped shape the Korean custom of sitting, eating, and sleeping close to the ground. But the most astonishing fact is that this principle appeared on the Korean peninsula more than 2,000 years ago. So how did Ondol turn a cooking fire into a heating system for an entire home, and why does this ancient principle still survive in modern apartments today? To understand why the fire can go out while the floor remains warm, follow the journey of a stream of hot air. That journey begins at the Gudeuljang, the firebox, usually connected directly to the cooking area. Above the flame sits the pot used to prepare the meal, but the heat from the stove does more than one job. Instead of allowing all the hot gases to escape straight up the chimney, Koreans directed them horizontally beneath the room. The same fire cooked the food and supplied the energy to heat the floor. From the Gudeuljang, the hot gases enter the gore, underfloor channels built from stone and clay. Many systems divide the flow into parallel passages that run across nearly the entire room before joining again at the far end. But this is a balancing act. If the path is too short, the smoke carries most of the heat outside. If the channels are too narrow or too difficult to flow through, the draft weakens and smoke can spill back toward the stove. So the goal is not to trap the smoke for as long as possible. The goal is to force it to remain in contact with the underside of the floor long enough to transfer heat, while still maintaining a steady flow toward the chimney. Above the channels lie broad stone slabs called Gudeuljang. The gaps between the stones are sealed with clay, and the room surface is usually finished with oiled hanji paper. As the hot gases travel underneath, heat passes into the stone and clay. This mass of material heats up slowly, but it also cools down slowly. It stores part of the fire's energy, then continues releasing heat into the room after the wood has burned out. That is why the stone slabs can be understood as a kind of thermal battery. They do not create energy. They simply retain heat and extend the length of time people can use it. However, a traditional Ondol floor does not have a perfectly uniform temperature. The area near the stove is usually warmer, while the area near the chimney is cooler. Parallel channels help distribute heat across a wider area, but they do not completely eliminate that difference. To move the gases through this entire path without a fan, the system uses the Gudeuljang, the chimney located at the end opposite the stove. The hot gases inside the chimney are lighter than the cold air outside. As they rise, the pressure difference creates a draft that pulls fresh air into the stove and draws the smoke through the channels beneath the floor. There is no pump. There is no fan. And the smoke does not circulate back into the room. It moves in only one direction from the fire beneath the floor and then outside. Ondol, then, is not a perfect machine. It is a heat exchanger built directly into the house. The stove produces the energy, the gore control its path, the stones store the heat, and the chimney maintains the flow. The intelligence does not lie in any single component, but in the way those four components transform a brief cooking fire into hours of warmth beneath your feet. Have you ever woken up in a room heated by an electric heater and found your throat dry and irritated, your skin cracked, and the air smelling of scorched dust? That is because most modern heating systems rely on forced convection. They heat the air and blow it around the room. Hot air is lighter, so it rises toward the ceiling, leaving your feet freezing near the floor while your head feels uncomfortably overheated. Ondol operates according to a completely different philosophy: radiant heat. Instead of heating the air, the heated stone slabs emit far infrared radiation. This form of heat does not need air to travel. It warms objects and the human body directly, much like sunlight warming you on a still winter day. As a result, the room's humidity is preserved. There are no dusty air currents, and the warmth penetrates deep into the muscles instead of merely heating the surface of the skin. This leads to a principle from traditional medicine that modern science has shown to be extremely beneficial. Keep the head cool and the feet warm, Sushin Whale. According to studies of sleep and circulation, keeping the feet warm helps blood vessels dilate, encourages blood to circulate back toward the heart and brain, and thereby improves sleep quality and immune function. While modern heaters warm the head, the part of the body that needs to remain alert and cool, Ondol prioritizes recharging the feet. That is why Koreans can sleep soundly on a hard floor and still feel more refreshed than they would on a spring mattress in an air-conditioned room. But the real secret lies in the concept of thermal mass. If you turn off an electric heater, the room begins to cool within minutes. With Ondol, however, the Gudeuljang stones and the thick layer of rammed mud act like one enormous thermal battery. Stone is a material with high molecular density. It absorbs heat slowly but retains it for a very long time. In practical measurements, after a fire burns for about 30 to 60 minutes to cook dinner, the Gudeuljang stone layer can store enough energy to release gentle heat for the next 12 to 24 hours. Imagine that level of efficiency. You use only a small amount of firewood to cook rice, yet your home remains warm until the following morning. This is not merely comfort, it is energy efficiency at the highest level, something modern homes now struggle to recreate through complex and expensive hydronic radiant floor heating systems. So when the two are weighed against each other, is the convenience of electricity truly worth sacrificing the clean air and efficiency of ancient stone? Now, set nostalgia aside and look at the real numbers. If Ondol and modern heaters are compared economically, the result may astonish you. First, consider lifespan. An electric heater or central HVAC system has an average service life of 10 to 15 years. After that period, circuit boards fail, blower fans wear out, and efficiency drops sharply. By contrast, a properly built Ondol system can last for centuries. In Korea, there are 500-year-old Hanok homes whose stone heating systems still operate perfectly with nothing more than periodic chimney cleaning. This is the true definition of sustainability, something the modern consumer economy seems to have forgotten. Next comes reliability. Imagine the worst-case scenario. The power grid goes down during a snowstorm. Modern houses quickly become enormous iceboxes when their electrical systems stop working. But in a house with Ondol, a handful of firewood, some dry leaves, or even organic waste can give you a warm fortress regardless of the circumstances. This ability to be self-reliant is why people drawn to off-grid living are increasingly seeking out this technique. What about cost? Although the initial cost of installing a stone heating system may be higher, operating costs can be almost zero if you have access to natural fuel. Even in the modern era, Koreans have refused to abandon Ondol. Instead, they made an intelligent transition. Rather than channeling smoke, they circulate hot water through heat-resistant plastic pipes beneath the floor. This is modern Ondol, and the result. Today, 90% of homes in Korea, from high-rise apartments to luxury villas, use radiant floor heating. People there are willing to pay higher installation costs in exchange for superior comfort and lower energy bills over the long term. When we compare the failure of cheap electronic devices with the longevity of stone and clay, we are forced to ask, could technological progress sometimes be nothing more than making solutions more complicated when they were already nearly perfect thousands of years ago? So do we need to be architects in soul to possess this kind of warmth? The answer is no. Today, the philosophy of Ondol is making a powerful comeback among green living communities and people passionate about the freedom of off-grid life. One of its most popular applications is the rocket mass heater. In essence, it is a direct descendant of Ondol. Instead of heating an entire floor, people build long benches from rammed earth or brick with hot smoke channeled through the inside. You need to burn only a few small pieces of wood, and the bench will keep you warm throughout the day. This proves that ancient principles never become obsolete. They simply wait to be reborn in a new form. But what if you cannot find Korea's special Gudeuljang stone slabs? Do not worry. The secret is not in the name of the stone, but in its heat storage capacity. You can replace it with solid bricks, river stones, or even thick concrete blocks. By combining these materials with rammed mud or clay mortar, you create a thermal mass capable of absorbing and releasing heat, much like ancient Ondol. In an era when energy crises and climate change are no longer theoretical, returning to passive solutions such as Ondol has become more important than ever. We have grown too accustomed to pressing a button to obtain the temperature we want, but the price is complete dependence on the power grid and ever-rising energy bills. Ondol teaches us that by understanding the movement of hot gases and the properties of earth and stone, we can create a comfortable living environment without destroying natural resources. That is not a retreat into the past, but a step toward a smarter future, one in which architecture knows how to breathe and how to hold the fire in the most natural way possible. Ondol is not merely a heating system, it is powerful proof that the wisdom of our ancestors has never become obsolete. Sometimes we have simply forgotten how to listen to it. In a world where technology changes every day, thousand-year-old heated stones continue to teach us quiet lessons about durability, efficiency, and living in harmony with nature. If you began building your dream home tomorrow, would you choose the quick convenience of electric heaters or the enduring strength and warmth of stone? Share your choice and your reason in the comments below. I am genuinely curious to hear your perspective. Do not forget to like and subscribe to Frost and Fire Lore so you will not miss our next journeys into the secrets of ancient technology. For now, goodbye, and I will see you again soon.